Hey, what's good with you? Thanks for hopping in the car with Christian Addiction Recovery, the channel where like-minded individuals that face similar struggles can come so that we can learn and discuss new ways to live our best life possible and overall become the best versions of ourselves. All right, I wanted to do just a very short video. My wife will be home in about 10 minutes, so I wanted to do a very quick video talking about neural pathways. Now, I talk about them on the channel a lot, but the new people, I'm sure you're not going back and watching the old videos. It's cool. I'm not offended. But I did want to talk about them. This therapist had taught me a really good way of thinking about neural pathways. So a neural pathway is when you develop a thought or an experience, an action. Um, there's usually an emotion that's attached to that thought and that experience or that activity. Now, the more that that action is repeated, the more that it is likely that you will take that thought as opposed to a different thought, or you will take that action as opposed to a different action. This is the way she told me. I'd like for you to get a piece of paper. I'll wait real quick. Pause it. Just pause. All right, go get a piece of paper. Got the piece of paper. All right. Here's my piece of paper. So, take your piece of paper, fold it in half, and make it like real nice and perfect. And notice that when you see this, when you make this crease the first time, you have to kind of push it. All right, you have to push it down. Okay. Say we went to yoga. See, that's a yoga. That's a yoga neural pathway right there. All right, and then so the next day, next time we go to yoga, it comes a little bit easier. You still got to work on it, but it comes a little bit easier to find that same pathway. And then now see, now the third time, ooh, notice that? That one's pretty easy. When we do this, we're going to do this, let's do this 30 times. Because that's what they say, how long it takes to develop a good habit is about 30 days. And that's because if you'll notice we're about like 10 right now. Hold on. Maybe I'll fast forward at this part. All right, now we got about 30. I could be off a few. I wasn't really counting. But anyway, so we've got about 30 days of going to yoga. We've repeated this neural pathway 30 times, okay? So now watch as we fold it the other way, and we say let's try to make a new neural pathway right next to that one. And so let's just say we're going to call that one going out drinking with the friends or whatever. So we're going to try to make that one right next to it. It becomes almost impossible to create the new neural pathway because we've created this neural pathway so many times and we've ingrained it into our mind. If this paper was our mind and this was the neural pathway, now it becomes really hard to not go to yoga. As a matter of fact, it just feels off when you don't go to yoga. And that's, in essence, what's going on with addiction. With addiction, you've repeated that activity, that thought, and those emotions so many times that that's all you can think about. It's like you wake up in the morning and you're going to figure out how to do it. Now, I wasn't an addict where I used all the time. I would go couple days a month and be off of it a couple days. It's because I binged it and I couldn't afford to do it all the time. I probably would have done it all the time if I could have afforded it. But I woke up in the morning when I would get enough money to go get some pills or something, and it was like that was what we're gonna do. We got enough money, we're gonna go grab some pills, and it's terrible. And addiction will suck the life out of you, as some of you know from firsthand experience, some of you know from a loved one. But It's because we're trapped in these neural pathways. Okay? But the good news is there's hope. Okay? There's hope. And I don't have a good example for the hope. I can't really like make that go back. But you can reprogram your brain. You can create all these good yoga neural pathways, and you can create good working out neural pathways, and you can create meditation neural pathways, and you can do all of these things. Then when you wake up in the morning, it becomes awfully hard to do anything besides meditation or working out or walking or whatever your neural pathway that you created is. All right, I really hope that helped you understand a little bit. It's not the best explanation, but it really kind of made things click for me in my mind when I heard it. And I said, okay, there's actually something behind the takes 30 days to form a habit. There's actual neuroscience to prove it. And anyway, that's neural pathways. Hey, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click that little button, add a D. It costs nothing to you, but it means a great deal to me, and it will help progress this message to those who need it. Also, smash the like for me. Just smash it. Smash. Smash. Okay. Thank you for doing all that you do. Comment below. I appreciate your support. You're the best. God's the best. I'm the best. No, I'm just playing. We are blessed and highly favored. That is one thing I do know. We are not the best, but we are blessed and highly favored. And just stick around on the channel for more. All right. Peace.